to wear that orange outfit that they wear. And
Yeah.
whatever the case.
And this is the thing they're saying, that it was hard for them to pick the jury, isn't it? Because the case is so well known.
Influence.
And
People
the
are
influence.
influenced. Yeah.
So it's like, how are you going to find someone that's not influenced? How's he going to have a fair trial?
Bro, all I know is when they're putting 200 years down your throat and you know you're not going to live 200 years. You know what? I fail to understand. The American system is very interesting.
It doesn't make sense.
Like,
they give you sentences.
They give you sentences that you can't even make sense out of, man. 100 years. Who lives till 100 years? And even when you're 100, what the hell are you gonna do? Kill somebody?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a very different vibe.
Judicial system over there is
mad. No. It's a different part. It's a different everything. The US, I always say, it's an interesting place to visit. And some of the things that you see there are like, what the hell's going on? I was telling somebody the other day, say, you know what? As much as people advertise it, or it's advertised as the land of the free, they have way too much restrictions in many places. I mean, I advise anyone, if you can fly out... I think the laws are
confusing because you travel from one state, you can have a gun. You go to the other, you can, but it's concealed. You go to the other, it has to be not concealed. Like, it changes.
No, they have the general law is, as a citizen of the country, you can own a weapon.
Period. You have the right to bear arms,
that's
right?
A right.
Constitutional right.
Yeah. That's their right? But then now you go to this place that tell you, most part of the country, they tell you it needs to be seen if you've got it. And it's weird because I've been to some places and I'm thinking, raw, he's just got his gun on his belt, no biggie. But the thing is like, why do you necessarily need to have a gun by your side in the first place? But you know what, each to their own devices. Because you know what, some parts of the world, like if you go to Kenya, if you're a licensed gun holder, it has to be hidden. Do you know what I mean? It has to be hidden. And I know some people who have weapons up there. And I remember one of the guys was telling me, there was a time he was driving with his window down, and the guys were just busy looking until he pulled out, and he just pulled up to the side, and the guy looked at him, and he opened up his coat, and the guy was like, yeah, okay, this guy's got a gun, so let me move from here. I don't want to know, because you know, different places, different. It's very different, man. But you know, in all of this that's going on in the world, it is. You know, I might become I look for a governor's seat in Kenya. You know, I'm dead serious on that one. I think I'll go in for the changes that need to be done, because there is a lot of and this is to anybody listening from that part of the world. There is people who are struggling, and in their struggle, there's a lot of women who are being abused, and I've watched a couple of channels on YouTube where some of the guys are talking to some of these people who have been assaulted, and some of the cases are really brutal. And you know what, the thing about that part of the world, and it's something I need to push on, medical aid is not free. It's heavy on charges.
I see.
Medical aid is heavy on charges. And it's like, wait. So this person gets abused because they're looking for money.
But they got to pay for it.
They got to pay for it. For however many days you're going to end up in hospital, you got to pay for that period that you're in the hospital for. And it's like, whoa, what's going on here? So, you know, and even when it comes to cancer and stuff like that, what are people doing about it? Nobody knows. But it's a story of life at the moment, man. I'm like, no. I need to sit down and see what can I do and how much power do I have to raise a couple of hands up and say, you know what's the solution for the people? Because you know what, in the UK, if you fall sick, you go to hospital, they treat you, you come out, no problems.
Yeah, because you're already contributing to the service out of your taxes, right?
Yeah.
Because we complain about taxes, but that's where the taxes
it looks
is
after
going.
You.
So
it looks after you. And why is it not introduced into some parts of the world? I mean, even in the US, they pay for the healthcare. It's crazy because it's a land of the free, but you guys have to pay for the healthcare. And you guys have to pay your taxes separately. It's on and on. I'm thinking this is a bit nuts. But you know, I don't know what to say about life, man, to be honest with you. Guys, I know we were talking about one particular thing and we've gone into other things, man, but let's leave it at that one. Now, the thing that I need to say now is Arsenal has messed up again.
Yeah. I can't even defend it, really. Like, most of the time, I'm like, yeah, but you know, we've done better because we're like second. But at this point, like, we might even do second because we've drawn like the majority of our last 3 games in the Premier League. And then like we got the glimpse of hope because then we got
PSG.
past the quarterfinals. Like we smashed up Real Madrid.
That was a beautiful game.
And yeah, we done it in
Twice.
emphatic style. So that gave us some sort of belief. But
Mm-hmm.
realistically, if we look at the team, like we don't have a recognized striker, and we kind of have our set way that we play, like the passing game. And if we're in a game where we're not moving the ball quick enough, then it ends a bit rigid. And you know pretty much what each one of our players are going to do. Like, you know, Saka on the wing and Martinelli, you know what they can do. So we're very readable in that sense. Whereas when you look at PSG and how dynamic they are, I think it was kind of a big ask. Right, we beat them before, but that was when the team was new.
But let's be honest, yeah. A team that beat Real Madrid, yeah, the team beat Real Madrid. If you'd have said this a couple of years ago, you'd been like, Real Madrid is gonna walk under the park with you. Yeah. And Real Madrid, if you see that stadium that they built, the way they built the stadium now, because I've been to the stadium prior too. I was there. I remember I was with. Let me not mention names, but blessings to you. You know who you are. I was in Spain chilling out. We're in Madrid, and I was like, cool. It was all nice and well. And I got the experience of being in Madrid, and I was like, oh, cool. As much as I'm not really a Real Madrid fan, but you know, and then I seen the new stadium, and I was like, oh, raw, you've got like you guys are playing in a roof, man. Like it's all good. Declan Rice is top player at the moment, and you know what? People need to cut the slack they're giving Mikel Arteta personally.
I think, generally speaking, from where we were at when he came into where we are now,
it's a powerhouse.
I think we are better. Yeah. But obviously it's frustrating because we know there's still some gears up to go. And it's the odd decision here and there that kind of gets you frustrated. Like you had, you know, the ability to buy a striker beginning of the season, but because we were doing very well, they probably thought, oh, you know what, we're good enough to do it without one. But if you think about it holistically, you were trying to be, you know, an informed Man City at the time. All right, they haven't been performing this season, but generally speaking, the power that they had on that bench, you're trying to compete with them. You're trying to compete with Liverpool. If you're talking Europe, like, so you have to realistically get an out-and-out striker, someone that's tried and proven. And all right, some of the buys that he did, like Trossard, Kai Havertz, like you could moan about this, that, and the other, but each one individually has done something at some point for the season.
Yep.
So that's interesting in itself. And the Arsenal philosophy has always been to buy someone that's maybe not as world class and kind of get them up to speed, develop them. But I was saying this from before. There's a point where like that's not going to work all the time. True. And we got lucky with Mourinho because he scored a few goals, like finishing for us, but you can't rely on him as a striker. So you go into a European semi-final with him as a makeshift number 9. It's not realistic. It's a bit naive.
It's you know what, to be honest with you, I've always said this year, as much as I enjoy the game of football, there's some things I look and I'm thinking, just like you mentioned Mourinho, bro, for some reason, you remember when he took over Chelsea, bro, he had Drogba. And Drogba used to cause Arsenal problems.
Oh, I hate watching him play.
Drogba is one of those guys. Bro,
he's a beast.
I used to look at him, I'm like, bro, where'd you get your hair from, number one?
I know, that's what threw me off about this guy.
It's like, where'd you get your hair from?
He was the sickest striker, but his hair was like,
never, You're like, and nowadays he's bald. He's shaved off the hair, and I'm like...
Mad movement.
And I think it's Ivory Coast again that won the African Cup of Nations, wasn't it? And I'm like, yo, because I remember, what's his name? He's been on... what's his name? One of them pundits on football. He was like, oh, African Cup of Nations is nothing, blah blah blah. And what's his name? Obi that used to play in Chelsea, because he has a podcast, don't he? And he was like, yo, what are you talking about? Do you know where some of the players have come and played for some of the teams in your country, and you're talking this rubbish? And I was like, yeah, that really touched the nerve, man. But Drogba, oh my days. Oh, because bro, even when they bought Drogba into Chelsea, nobody knew who he was. But and you remember that they mocked him when they said to him, "Oh, do you what did they say? Do you sometimes does he sometimes trip or whatever the case?" And he was like, "Well, of course, you know, sometimes." And I was like, "Yeah, this is where the English and French side of it come into play, a manipulation to make somebody look stupid when they're not stupid." Because he was a beast on the ball. And Mourinho has that ability to bring out beasts in people, but until he went to coach Tottenham, and I was like, yeah, well, that's where you will know you're rubbish. And knowing what happened, he didn't last again. Anyway, people, you know what? Mikel Arteta, I only say do what you're doing. Just make it harder now, man. Just bring out the players in there and let them know. Listen, this time you can't mess up, man. Because when he came into Arsenal, he won the FA Cup, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but since then it's always been number two. But we can't always be number two. He's gonna strike it, and he's gonna. And I think the next time he hits it, all three will be in there. I reckon it will be a treble, man. I reckon he will do a treble, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man, because when you see how he's very structured and talking, and you know who's one of his teachers?
Pep
Guardiola, and he's already done it. You know what I mean? So I have faith in that, man. But you know what?
He's done well. I have to say, for a guy that used to be a player, usually ex-players don't do well, because if you look at Lampard's stint at being a coach, that was awful.
It's not really worked out for him.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But he's in the Middle East now, isn't he? Saudi Arabia.
I'm not sure.
I think he's in Saudi Arabia at the moment, actually.
But that's
but a lot of him players don't.
Yeah, I didn't want him as a manager. Well. But he's done well, I have to say. He's proved me wrong.
The story of, man.
All right.
People, Tables Chronicles is back. We're going to be on and off anyway for the time period, because also you're going to be out of the country as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I'll probably be out of the country when you return. Bloody hell.
Going, coming, going.
That's the beautiful thing about this life. You can fly in and fly out. You can fly out and say hi and goodbye. Peace.
Adios.
Have a good night.